team in order to develop the required safety mechanisms inside your development cycle, inside your aftermarket services. The second piece of that, which is the fundamental rights, that is going to start to come a little bit later for all intents and purposes under the high risk and under the transparency regulation, but that will become clearer over time. Focus on the piece that you can do right now, which is around training your team, getting them up to speed, helping them understand what AI is, how to recognize it. Is that a good summation?
Yeah, I think so. I think with high risk systems, so that's not enforced yet. We've just got prohibited systems is now, or applicable rather. Everything's enforced, but it's applicable, the prohibited systems. So high risk will come in later. For those systems, product safety law is going to start to apply in those principles of conformity assessment, having conformity marks, having checks done. So asking permission, not forgiveness, which is a bit of a different mindset for a lot of organizations. If you don't work in, say, aviation or an engineering company, you might not be used to having those systems in place before you go to market. So it's a bit different. But you're right, having that basic knowledge with your product team, with your legal, your compliance team, having those communicate around who is going to be affected by this, what are the risks around it, and then what are the safety implications, I think is important. And one other thing to say, which I think is a big opportunity with AI literacy, actually, the Act says that it doesn't just apply to your employees or people using it on your behalf. It should be across the supply chain. So AI literacy should extend from providers of systems, that's developers who provide your company, if you're a user, with that system, and also end users and consumers. So I think it's a really good way to get your suppliers and vendors involved, have a conversation around what this system does and how it works. Even if the transparency requirements aren't there or aren't in place yet, have that conversation and bring them in, because you can learn an awful lot as a business about how these technologies are functioning, how to optimize them, and what the risks are. Perhaps using AI literacy as a vehicle to have a conversation throughout the supply chain. So I think that's another big opportunity here from the Act.
Yeah. So just in terms of organizations can face fines right now from the EU AI Act, specifically because of the AI literacy piece is in place. But if you know, how would somebody be able to enforce the AI